In what is yet another example of accusations being confessions, another prominent Republican donor has been caught sex trafficking children. Because, of course. So this donor is Anton Tony Lazzaro, a former prominent GOP donor. He has been sentenced to 21 years in prison on sex trafficking charges in Minnesota. Lazzaro was found guilty of engaging in commercial sex acts with 5 girls aged 15 and 16 in 2020. So I'm going to give you a content warning here. There's some descriptions here that can be disturbing. With that said, prosecutors argued during his trial that Lazzaro had enlisted Gisela Castro Medina, then 19 years old and former leader of the college Republican chapter at the University of St. Thomas, to basically enlist and recruit other teenage girls, preferably minors, who were, and this is the description, white, small, vulnerable, or broken. So right there is predatory behavior. Now, he often sent cars to take the girls to his luxury penthouse condo at the Hotel Ivy in downtown Minneapolis. U.S. District Judge Patrick Schultz said Lazzaro, during the trial, showed no sympathy other than to 2 people, himself and Jeffrey Epstein. So, wow. The judge was also struck by the, quote, soulless, almost mechanical nature of how Lazzaro had exploited these young girls, these teenagers, these underage girls, these children, essentially. Schultz said, quote, "It's almost as if Mr. Lazzaro set up a sex trafficking assembly line." So, by the way, he had also apparently paid Medina to have sex with him as well. Once again, here we are, another, again, this case, Republican donor, very influential Republican donor. I'll get to those links in a minute. But no, not a drag queen. Not a drag queen, not a member of the LGBTQ plus community, not a trans person, none of that. Not a Democrat, obviously. So, where's QAnon? That's the question I always ask when I see these stories. Where's QAnon? Where's the Sound of Freedom? Like, are they looking into people like this? Because y'all missed. Y'all missed again. I mean, weird how you just consistently seem to not be able to detect actual pedophiles. Like this guy. And a child trafficker. Okay? Oh, you know what? Maybe I realize now why you keep missing him. It's because the call's coming in from inside your own house. That's all I'm saying. Yes, you missed them because they're usually on your side and you ignore them. QAnon. Now, Lazzaro was pretty prominent in right-wing politics. He had helped run the campaign of Republican Lacey Johnson, who failed to unseat Democratic U.S. Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota back in 2020. As part of that campaign. And pictures on Lazzaro's social media accounts also showed him prominent Republicans, including former President Donald Trump and former Vice President Mike Pence. He had also, as a donor, given more than $270,000 to Republican campaigns and political committees for the years. And so, yes, this guy was obviously conservative. He was a member of the Republican Party, supported Republican causes, gave money to Republican politicians. Some of them, of course, did end up either returning it or saying that they're going to give it to charity. We'll hold them up on that. And yet, I don't know. I keep getting told by the right wing that no, the child traffickers and the pedophiles, that's the Democrats. It's the drag queens, you see. It's the trans people. It's the trans ideology that's preying on the children and is grooming them. When this guy is a literal groomer. Groomed teenagers for sex. Preying on children. That's who that is right there. That's a groomer. Doesn't look like a member of the LGBTQ community to me. No, it is a wealthy, white, cisgendered man.